Welcome to H&H RVing for our RV renovation. Episode 2, we're going to bedroom renovation. We're waiting on parts to come in for our roof because we decided to put new vents, new fans, and everything. Since we redid our roof, we want to make sure everything's good to go and resealed properly. You can support us at Patreon, patreon.com/H&H RVing. And follow us on Instagram at H&H RVing. This is RV Renovations by Dan and Michelle. Alright, so here's our bedroom of how it was. You can see all the water damage in different areas. And it's just, we were so scared of finding mold and everything, so we felt like we just had to do a complete tear down and rebuild. So that's where we started at. So we went ahead and pulled out the queen size bed frame, and this was the framing underneath it. It had some storage under there for possibilities, but we're gonna do something different with it. And of course that's not going to be shown in this video. We're just going to be showing how we kind of set up our base back in, so in our tear down process. Over here we actually have, there's a carbon monoxide sensor. Since we have a runoff of propane, they have these little sensors. There's one here. There's also one that's located in the front. So I had to make sure I disconnected that. Had to disconnect the vents that were designed for in there. And you can see the vent hole right here. And then this was where the sensor was at, and these were actually power lines for the sensor, those power cables and stuff. So, and then here we are once we got it all cleared out, and then now it's time to start working on the other stuff. And I had this bucket in here, so every screw I was taking off, I was putting in a bucket. I also put them in a Ziploc bag and labeled what they were for, so we knew how to look for them and everything later on. And during the process, ended up basically ripping this out, and you can see screws hanging from the ceiling up here. There's another one here. There's another one here. There's some more over here. And those actually, came in from the top, so these shelves were put in originally. And then this was a TV center, and we, didn't want the TV because it's not a smart TV now. We're going to use smart TVs and everything, so there's no need to have a TV box. But we will be building a box up in here for our power cords and stuff that are in that corner. And so we started taking down the paneling. You can see this is actually a metal strip that was across here that I think gave extra support when they were installing the foam insulation behind there, because this strip actually came in from behind the paneling. Didn't know what it was. It started coming up, so I just kept pulling, and then, don't know if it's a good thing or not, but that strip is not going back up. Here's a bigger view with the other shelf being gone. You see, we were trying to keep it as clean as we could, although we knew we were trashing it and process with buckets. Then I came back the next day, and this is how I found it. So my wife, with her headsets in, was working hard and clearing the room out and getting all the debris out of there. Since she went that far, we went ahead and pulled the carpet on out, which we were planning to do anyway. We already have tile bought for that. We're going to be using some vinyl self-sticking tile. And I was assessing this little corner. It even had water damage up here in this corner, so I had to cut a square out, and so we can replace that and just do carpet for ceiling and also the paneling underneath. We went ahead and took this window out before I took a picture, and you see how it's got that nice metal framing in, but it's kind of rusty, so we had to sand that down, and then we painted it with Rust-Oleum to paint, rust paint spray that we got from Home Depot. And here's the rear window before we take it out. And the reason we were taking it out because you can see the paneling stuck in behind the windows. So the windows are going to help assist in keeping the paneling up when we put new paneling in. So we went ahead and took the screws out, and so we saved those in bags, and we came back and used them later. Here's just some more up close where you can see some of the rusting and stuff. And this window wasn't as bad, but here's the paneling hanging up behind it, and that's why we took the windows out and to reseal them. And then I came back another time, and then these walls are gone. My wife went ahead and got those out of the way. And so the switches, she's like, I was like, what happened to those? Where were those squares at? She said, I don't know, it just came off. So obviously the panel needed to be replaced. And here I can't find any Pokemon. Even though I'm a Pokemon trainer, I can't find any to train this day. So then we went back up and we went with paneling. So we decided to go hanging our paneling up long ways, or hanging it horizontally instead of vertically. It was just something that my wife decided she wanted to do because she saw it done in another video, and so that's what we did. So we hung the paneling up. We actually kept it braced in with our bodies, and then we used the Sawzall and actually trimmed along the framing, so that way we had exact cuts for our windows. And so this is when we're still in our dry-in spell. And then here it is before we do any gluing. You can see paneling's off the wall, paneling stuff. So it's fit in so tight you didn't even need clamps in some of the areas. So, but this is what we were doing. And you can see where the patch is up here. And in this process, at some point, my wife, we had bought some fabric paint, so she has already spray painted the ceiling with the fabric paint because it was fabric ceiling and she wanted to cover up the stains. So she already went with the dark ceiling. We're going with light walls, and we're going with a darker floor. So we hope that that contrast really looks good in the finished product. Here it is, still in the dry fitting mode. And here's the other side. Alright, so now we've already started putting the panels up, and we've already glued this side. It's already glued in. The bottom is already glued down. See, we had bricks keeping pressure to keep it pushed in. And you see here where we've got glue already going up that we're going to be doing. We tried to do glue vertical, so if there are leaks, the water has a chance to run down. And this is the same wall that you had already seen. This is while she's gluing that wall. And then here it is. This is actually we've actually had it glued up, and then we went to reinstall the windows. And so you can see the windows are now in, and they're actually supporting it. They have it in tight, and we really do love the natural color of it, but there's some issues like with this board. We got these panels at a discounted price. So, they have some stains, but the boards are completely dry and they're going to be painted over, so those won't be noticed. And but yeah, this is the process. And then the windows are in, and we've already put brand new ceiling on the outside, and everything's in nice and tight. Alright, that's the process of where we're at now. We've been working on it a few days and then getting these videos out. We just want to thank you so much and for watching our videos, and hopefully you can continue to watch them and you can learn something or see something you like. Put some comments in if you like. Support us through Patreon if you'd like for our projects that we're doing. So Patreon at H&H RVing, or Instagram you can follow us at H&H RVing, and we have RV Renovations by Dan and Michelle. Please like and share. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching.